Is that not plugged in? Oh. That is not even plugged in. What the heck? Oh, it's because the fan is plugged in. Oh. Me and Michael, solid as they come. Me and Michael, solid as they come. All right. Hello, people. We're back. We're officially back to the Ninjago live streams. I know a couple days ago I was like, we're going to stream. Just give me a day. And then I didn't stream. Yeah, it's been a while, hasn't it? I do feel bad. I do feel a bit bad, but you know what? It is what it is. Not much saying sorry. No. I'm fine. In case I woke up from a nap recently, so I'm a little goofy, you know, a little goofy, a little off. My chakras aren't exactly aligned right now. But my parents are out right now. They're on their anniversary dinner. I think they're 25 years, 26 years, something like that. Something crazy like that. It's cool. I don't really care. We're going to build Lego. Cam might come downstairs and try to hassle me at some point. We'll see, because I know he wanted to be on one of these, but I'm not sure. So we'll see about that. But it is a beautiful Saturday afternoon. I was hoping for more of a resurgence. I was kind of hoping more people would be like, Renzo took a break for a little bit. Actually, people are probably just sick of... You know what? I feel bad because I don't stream for a really long time. Because I like streaming, but I don't like... I like streaming, but I don't really like flooding the channel with streams. That's not something I really enjoy. And I'm a little too, like... I don't really want to make a stream account. Because I don't know. What are you talking about? I don't know. I don't know anymore. All right, we're on bag number 12. I guess I'll show you where we're all at. Although it's getting harder and harder for me to like show you this build because I have to pick it up every time, and it's a bit of a process. But I'll show you. I'll show you regardless. I'll do my best, hoping the whole damn thing doesn't fall on top of me. So here's where we're at right now. I assume we're going to be building the building that sits on this side now. And it looks to be some kind of... I should not be one-handing this. That's a very... You're still building this? Yes. Kasai, you're such a nerd. I'll go to D&D session in 2 hours. Why is your room so flippin' dark? Because I turned off the lights. Also, yes, I'm still building this. I haven't like done anything off screen. What class? Oh, he's talking to Kasai. Look, I don't know a damn thing about D&D. I apologize. Kasai was telling me a bit about it. It's not, maybe it is my thing. See, the problem with that kind of stuff, like role-playing stuff, is I feel like I wouldn't take any of it seriously. All right, yeah, we're on bag number 12. Cool. By the way, 3 bags. I think this is the most amount of bags we've had for like a single bag. 3 is a lot. 3 is quite a bit. I was telling about Critical Role, not D&D. It's a good show. You should try. Oh. I don't know. You know, I would be like, D&D too nerdy for me. It's not about it being too nerdy for me. I think for me specifically, I think the problem with D&D is that I don't have the patience to like sit there. I play a bit of AI Dungeon, but I don't play it like... I guess I don't play AI Dungeon like unironically. I always kind of play it with like kind of joking around, you know? And I will like immediately do the goofiest option just because I think it's funny, even if it's not. That's my thing. So I feel bad because I know I could never... I've even... some of my buddies were like, they were kind of telling me about D&D. You can't, yeah. But like, my goofy stuff would like ruin the game. Like I would just want to kill all the other players immediately. I would be a poor sport, that's for sure. I'm sure it's fun. In fact, maybe I'll be a huge into D&D at some point. Maybe maybe in this channel's future you're gonna see D&D live streams at some point. I don't know, dude. Well, Kasai, I'm glad you have a hobby. I'm glad you have a thing that you enjoy. That's not me being sarcastic either. I'm glad that you have something that you can enjoy. I don't really enjoy anything I do. That's not true. It is weird though. Okay, there's a minifigure. Do I not build this minifigure? What the hey? Oh, I build them later? Wait, that's bag 14. What the heck? Oh. Oh! There is no minifigure. This is the Chen Noodle House, I think, is what I'm going to build, which is a great idea. I thought Chen... See, the problem is I already assumed that Chen's Noodle House was already a thing in the previous build, so I wasn't sure. Because I've already mentioned before, if I could get, like... if I could freaking somehow have all... Do you ever get replacements? Not yet, actually. Oh, yeah. I actually completely forgot about that. Thank you for reminding me. If I hadn't been reminded about that, they would have shown up to the door and I would have been like, wait, what? Oh yeah, no, I didn't get them yet. They're saying it was going to be like a week to 2 weeks, which seems a little ridiculous, but oh well. There's no Lego store over here where I live, but there is a Lego store where I just visited for a week. And by the way, oh, I'm not playing any music. I apologize. Wow. I am so off my game tonight, people. I'm sorry. You guys have anything you want to listen to specifically? Probably not. Plus, it's probably not copyright free, so it's not really worth it. I just completely forgot to turn on music. That's how out of it I am. All right. Doug Days. It don't look like my thing. I don't want to play that. I've been listening to this song called Me and Michael. You guys heard it? Oh, Nintendo music you can play on stream. Can you actually, though? Or is this just a troll? I feel like this is just a troll. I don't... No. Mute! Jesus. Q&A. Well, we can try it. It says Twitch. All right. Well, let's try that. This is Nintendo music. I assume this is like way more obscure Nintendo music. All right. Okay. Yes, troll by getting your channel striked. Well, that's what I thought it was, because they will do that sometimes. It's like a screamer of the new millennium. That music is okay. I like this. I feel like I'm a chef in France. Okay, it's on the lowest setting. I feel like it's way too loud. There we go. Well, okay. Now I have a problem because I'm trying to see this freaking instruction booklet and it's hard to actually see it. So I apologize. My eyes, because I've been sitting in the dark all morning, or not all day. I got home from work. I chilled out for a good bit. I literally bought a burger from work, and normally I make my food while I'm at work, but I just decided I this cannot. This is a very I've heard. Come on, really? Yeah, I don't. That's a very like common like that's a popular song. I don't feel like that's. Mm, I don't. No, I'm sorry. I don't trust that. That song. The moment that song started playing, I was like, there's no way. Um, Copyright free background music. Calm. If the live stream is still up, let's go to the live stream. Here we are. This might be the same one, but it might also not be. Nope. I do not want that. Here. This is a Red Bubble ad. Red Bubble. This should be okay though. How's everyone doing, by the way? I know it's been a couple days. I put out a video. No one cares that I put out a video. I mean, to be fair. There we go. Perfect. I feel like we played this last time. The Mandela effect is the funniest thing to me. The Mandela effect thing is super interesting. I love reading stuff like that. That's why I was so happy when Thatch included the Bernstein Bears thing in Fodham. It's a really funny thing that I love thinking about, and I'm just so happy that he put it in a video, that it's been acknowledged, because it is so bizarre that it's even a thing, you know. So yeah, if anyone knows what I'm talking about, let me know, because it's sick. Had dinner? I haven't had dinner. Well, I kind of so my days are weird. I just spat into the microphone. I went. Bleh! I love how people will blame the universe for messing up and creating an alternate reality that accept their memory is bad. Yeah, exactly. It's literally the gaslighting goes so far to the point where they're like, I don't even want to admit that I was wrong. You know what? There's an alternate universe. It's really funny, isn't it? Like whoever came up with that is a freaking just a genius. Why is it called the Mandela effect again? Does anyone know why is it? Because it has something to do with Nelson Mandela. That's his name, right? Nelson. Is it Nelson Mandela? Is that the Mandela effect? Am I crazy? Mandela. Nelson Mandela. Okay, yes, it is. I thought I was going crazy. Mandela. No, I should be building. Someone let me know why it's called the Mandela effect. I can't be arsed. People thought Mandela died in prison. Yes. I think it might be everyone thought he died sooner than he did. Yeah, because he died in 2013. And like everyone was it so he died in like no, because the Mandela effect has been around a lot longer than 2013. So well, I don't know. Maybe it hasn't. It's very interesting though. Hello, hello, Tyrannical. How you doing, man? How are your legs? It's a very weird thing to ask unprompted. I always ask people how their legs are because I'm used to working with people, and they're always complaining about how their legs are so sore, and my legs get really sore, dude. Oh, my legs get so freaking worked, like they get so tired. I swear to God, like it was terrible today because I have a giant like hole in my shoes. Like my work shoes are like the side is like torn out. It's terrible. It is absolutely not something I should be dealing with right now. I probably should just be a normal person and get my shoes like fit, or not shoes fixed, but just get new shoes. But I'm too lazy to even go out to the store and get new shoes. I'll gladly go to the mall and buy freaking toys, but if you ask me to get new shoes, it's going to be a whole different thing. Sets are fun. I do sets sometimes. Sometimes I started doing a little bit of it. It is a little bit of a hassle for me. I'm not good with like the little details and stuff like that, but I try to I'd like to say that I'm, it's okay. I did miss something very, very crucial in the Rocket Royale set, which I felt really bad. I'm gonna explain this a little bit more when we do the commentary track, because it's actually really interesting. Because it was a thing that I just literally forgot to include for no other reason than I just literally forgot, and I was like, oh no. Well, that's a very and it kind of like affected a scene a little bit, but it's gonna get brought up in part 3. But it's a bit of a retcon. You guys will see what it was. Not something I had planned from the start. That's for sure. Unfortunately. Are these? Oh, I think these are for here. Thank you for asking. And my legs are actually not doing great. I run cross country and I pull muscle Tuesday, so I currently have hip flexor. Hip flexor. Essentially, a muscle by my hip is sore as heck, though I've been stretching, so I'm getting better. Thank you for asking about my legs. Oh, I'm not sorry. I'm not laughing because of that. I think it's weird that you actually did have something has to do something with your legs. I'm very sorry. That sounds terrible. I'm only laughing because I was just I was just taken off. I was just taken off guard by it was a very random out there question. I'm surprised it had any relevance. Huh. Well, yeah. I hope you're doing all right, man. Hope your legus will become better. Won't stretcheth my leggeth. Why does anyone watch me anymore? I hear I listen to Hat back. How are your legs? Did I mention my legs prior on stream or something? Well, whatever you. I mean, I'm subscribed to Lego Lover, so when I see, I always try to hop into Lego Lover streams because he's a very nice guy. I've really wanted to. I've been trying to watch his series because I actually watched a good majority of his what's it called? The show I was in. I think it's called Hero's Quest. I tried to watch. I watched up to the end, the finale, because his finale was long, and I remember I started watching it, and then I just never got to finish it for no reason, like no particular reason. I just got like I was just lazy, and I just never finished it. I felt real bad about him, and I was like, I'm sorry, man. Especially since he like I feel so bad. He asked me for lines, and I like completely ignored him for like months and months. It's because I don't get notifications to that email, and then I was like, yeah, I'll do the lines, and then I proceeded to like not do the lines. I'm so bad when it comes to line. I felt terrible about that. I think I even like apologized to him. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I am the worst when it comes to lines. Like no matter what situation, I will always be terrible when it comes to lines. I'm just so bad. Kasai knows. If you ask Kasai, even in recent memory, he's like, oh yeah, Renzo's bad at lines. I had to get lines for his little skit video, and I just remember he was hounding me about it. I was very stubbornly like just not. Well, then we're just both inconveniencing an otherwise good man who's done nothing wrong. At least I don't think. He just comes across as a very pleasant guy. I'd love to talk to him again because I think the last time we've ever actually talked was probably on like a really old stream or something. It would have been like a fan thing. Like Kasai would have added him to a call to like a thing to chat or something. That's how long ago it would have been. I don't think I've actually talked to him in a long time, but he's a very nice man, and I want to say my thanks and my hellos to him once again. I actually Meep joined. What do you guys use for sending audio? Usually so what I tend to do is I will send, this is gonna sound really, really weird and kind of complicated. I've started like trying to use Audacity because that makes a little bit more sense. Um, but usually what I'll end up doing is I'll literally I'll open up freaking photo booth on my computer like an old man, and I will straight up I'll open up photo booth, like the app where you can make your face bulgy. You know what I'm talking about when you go on computers, and you guys know what I'm talking about. Um, I hope. And I use that, and then I record my audio there as a video, and then I'll put it into iMovie and convert it to. There's probably an easier way to do it. I usually just pop it into iMovie and convert it to MP3. Um, it's not. No, that's not why they sound janky. It's because I overblow my mic. It's because I'm not good at. It's. I think for me, it's a very much a matter of just I don't know how to mix like audio properly, which is not a good thing. I really do need to learn how to like balance my audio because I'd say that's probably my biggest weakness. Not well, that's not true. Um, oh, that way you can bounce off of each other. That's not a bad idea. It does. Yeah, it sounds very like, and I assume a lot of you guys, I assume, do like comedy stuff too. Um, which it sounds like, I've tried it before. I think Asai wanted to try it, and I don't know. It's just it's a little messy, and it tends to with it you tend to just also when I people do lines, I always demand that they leave in the outtakes or whatever, because and leave in all their alternate recordings, because I love to hear. Sometimes the alternate lines that they provide are better. Sometimes you'll get line you come so because sometimes we'll send nine at GarageBand and save. I don't have Garage. I don't have access to GarageBand on my computer, which is crazy. Hello, Mirishiki. Our recording's gonna be like 2 hours for a 12-page script. Renzo, what are you talking about? Audio commentary? I did think I had you guys try it once or something. The quality was just way much worse. Yeah, it really is just it. Yeah, probably easier editing. I mean, it's not hard. It's a little like inconvenient. That's the thing, is I tend to like inconvenience myself a lot when it comes to editing. Like I will take so for instance, if I need to send something to my phone, Lord knows I will make it super complicated to the point where it does not need to be. Like I basically what I do is if I'm doing thumbnails, because you'll notice sometimes I'll do Prisma thumbnails. I think they look pretty all right sometimes. But what it usually comes down to, what it usually boils down to is you get this thumbnail and it's like, okay, I want to Prisma it. So then what I'll usually do is I'll send it to my phone as a text message, but that hasn't been working lately. So I'll literally send it to some random Skype, uh, some random Skype freaking. It's me taking the long way. Usually because it's late and I just don't care and I'm trying to like get something done. Um, it's a pain. It's a pain and the pain and the pain. However, if I do need to go, I get so stubborn when I don't finish something the first time. If I have to go back and do something, I get irrationally upset. I get like unreasonably upset. I want to like complain about it. But it's just me being an idiot, because I know that taking more time and putting more time into stuff is worth it, because it's going to be a little bit more. There was a lot of moments when we were doing not so much the second episode of Rocket Royale. It was more the first episode. Actually, the second one was pretty smooth because Thatch and I had a pretty solid vision of what we wanted that episode to be like. We'll talk more. We'll talk a little bit more about this when we do record that commentary. But it was a very interesting process because we had to I remember I did something and then I had to go all the way back and do it again, and it was a very interesting process. It's not something I would we'll talk about it more in a few. Reason why I'm not talking about it now is I don't really feel too comfortable when it's coming out, commentary. When everything's out, which will be like probably next year. So, not for a while. Yeah. Hopefully it'll be fun. We have something planned hopefully for Halloween though. That might be fun. It's something different, but it is commentary related. And I'm excited about that, but I also can't talk about that. Hey, Kasai, are you going to do any more bootleg vids? That's a good question. I already know the answer, but I'll let him answer it because I think it's interesting. You know, I really do. Man, I'm so out of touch with the bionicle community. The only people I talk to are Storm and the engineer. You know, you and me both. I don't know anything. I literally only know I'm serious when I say that. Like I don't know anything. I really don't. I know freaking I talk to I don't I keep and I talk to a few people, but I don't talk to everyone. You'd be remiss. You'd be misunderstood if you think that like all the Hapori have cup and most of us have, and I try to talk to everyone every now and then. Like every now and then, I'll message someone I haven't talked to in a long time and be like, "Hey, how's it going?" But the only people I talk to like religiously are probably I talk to Thatch and Okoto every day, every single day. I talk to Kasai a little bit more frequently than I used to. But it's on and off, honestly. And I feel bad for saying that, but it is. Unfortunately, Kasai and I just don't talk as much. No, I talk to you. I talk to you way more than you think, Kasai. I talk to you more than I talk to Rangus, which is sad because I love talking to Rangus, but I never get to talk to him either. He's a busy man. Or maybe he's not busy. I don't know. It's just it sucks. Because you grow up and you realize you don't have time to talk to everyone. We used to get in these big ass giant group calls where we'd all be talking. It was hell. I can't. I honestly, it's too much for me now. This is a little upbeat. Hold on. Get YouTube Premium. I am sick of them recommending this stupid YouTube Premium for me. I've talked about it a little bit more, and I won't say too much else other than the fact that you don't get to usually you probably won't be able to keep in contact with everyone that you used to talk to when you were younger, which sucks. I talk to a good number of people in the community at the moment. It's always like a gamble on who you'll end up continuing. Yeah, exactly. It really is. You have no idea. It's so random and like, but we have a good time. Don't miss being Wiccan ever or the chat calls. Yeah, unfortunately, that's the problem when you're talking. That's also a problem when you're talking to a lot of overseas people. Their times tend to be ridiculous. So I remember, we'd call and she always got woken up. There was a new wave of people at one point. And now everyone is old. Yeah, it was right. I remember because it was right when G2 was like, it was like G2 had just hit the spotlight and everyone was kind of like, oh, G2, you know, everyone was like, ooh, it's going to be a big deal. And it is. G2 was kind of a big deal, but then it was canceled like immediately. So then all those people were kind of like, oh, what do we do now? You know, do we continue doing what we're doing or do we not? You know, later my buddy Rondax had gone to sleep and woken up. Oh, we had an experience like that too. We definitely, I don't know how many of us did it, but we definitely had a big old Hapori group call where it was just a whole bunch of us in a call. We all just went to bed. It was the simpler days where you could do something like that. We don't really do stuff like that anymore, unfortunately. Okoto used to fall asleep on call a lot. He hasn't done that in a long time, though. Because he's way ahead of me. So he, in terms of like, I remember at least there being distinctly 2, as far as I'm aware. Those were the good old days. Back when it was just like school, like for me it was just school, and other than that there was no other obligation. It was just videos and school. But school wasn't even like a priority for me. Dude, it was so it was crazy. Just the crazy old days, you know? It is insane thinking about it honestly though. That was so long ago too. That was like 2018, 20 20 20, or I guess 2017, 2018, really. There's a whole video of me what happens when the only time I've done that in recent memory is the video of Storm, which was definitely me being a little goofball because I definitely hammed it up a little bit, but that video is good proof of why I value my sleep too much now, you know? That's the thing. You grow older and you're like, man, I hate this. I need to sleep. Even I had my nap earlier and I didn't want to wake up. I was so like I was just like, ugh. The only reason why I woke up is because my dad was like, hey, I need to let the dog out or let the dog in. And I was like, it was hell. Throwing money. That sounds funny. I don't think I've ever sleep talk. I don't think I sleep talk. If anything, I'm pretty sure the only thing I do is like a Lorenzo, would you like to have an accident? No, I don't want to have an accident. That sounds like a bad time, to be honest. What kind of accident? Like a financial accident or like a oops, I sharted accident? I don't want none of that. He's threatening your life. Well, I guess my brain didn't comprehend that. I guess I was just like, you know what? Maybe this is a threat. Are you threatening me? I don't want to fight, man. Dude, that's what happens when you get old. You like shart all over the place, and that's your number one worry when you grow old. You just shart. You're like, it definitely is for some people, which is a crying damn shame. That sucks that you get old and you're no dropping the set on the floor and shattering accent. That's evil. Don't even say that. That's a cursed like premonition that I just read. That really is like going to happen now that you said that. It's going to be one of the saddest. It's going to be literally like featured. You know what? That video might even get like trending. Not trending, but it would. I can see a video like that getting like a million views. Idiot, dumbass streamer drops his set on the live stream, and my face is just pure horror. You're gonna see my face contort to something I haven't contorted to in a long time. I was gonna say about the community too. I don't really know much about the community, especially since I like outcasted myself away from it. You know, it was just it, and it wasn't like I didn't do that because I was like, I hate the community. I don't want to be a part of the community. That's not why I did it. I was just getting bored. I was getting bored and I was getting a little overwhelmed by a lot of things, and I just decided to cut it. And I've been happier. People have been hounding me to come back. Um, if I do come back, I'm not gonna be like posting anything on the main. Like I'm not gonna be posting anything like what was I gonna say? I'm not gonna be posting stuff like on my main account. It would only be like my personal account so I can keep in touch with some of my friends from back home. That's about it. I'm trying to think of the first time I ever really Dude, it was weird when Rocket Royale Part 2 came out. It was it was like the Oh, this is actually a good discussion. I was gonna change. I was gonna completely change the topic. Well, not really. I was gonna continue the topic, but this is much more interesting. I like this more. My parents are back. We'll see what happens. The group I talked to slowly stopped talking. Eventually, all just left. That is sad. I hate when that kind of stuff happens. Um, well, what was I gonna say? Right, the community. Um, what I was going to say was when Rocket Royale Part 2 came out, it was very overwhelming. I remember distinctly feeling like it was the most amount of attention that I had gotten for a single video. And at the time, it was just like, Jesus Christ. I put the video out on a work day. And I came home on that day. I came home after the video and just comments and freaking like at least 6 people sent me like paragraphs of their thoughts, DM'd me their thoughts. And I was like, "Oh my god." It was so much. Way more than I was ever used to. I'm thankful for all of it. God forbid. I'm not saying I'm not thankful. In fact, a lot of it was very, very nice. Like a lot of it genuinely some of the nicest things were said and people were very, very friendly and nice about it. And I was like, "You know what? Thank you so much." It it was just bizarre though. It was so bizarre because I had never experienced that with a video before, ever. I was always the smaller YouTuber, you know? I wasn't someone who had to worry about stuff like that usually. So when it did started like when it actually started happening, I was like, "Whoa." And Thatch even warned me. He was like, "This is probably going to happen." And I was like, "You know what? It won't be too bad." Sure enough, it was a lot. It was a lot to deal with. It was a lot after the fact. It was a crazy day. Let's just say that. But again, then again, I'm very thankful to everyone who watched that video and left very, very. I remember I got so many nice like DMs on that day. There were some people who didn't like it, but they were few and far between. And I didn't really mind. Critiques and criticisms aside, I'm just thankful anyone even watches my videos. Let alone will take the time to write a 13-page essay about why it's not great. But I'm still thankful. How can I not be? Um I'm going to answer your question a bit, but Thatch sent something, so I got to go look at that. It's very weird. Um yeah, sure there are plenty of people who couldn't care less about the skits I'm putting out. Yeah, exactly. That's why I make videos nowadays. I it's not because I'm not making videos because I at this point my videos are so niche to this like at this point that it's hard to be like it's genuinely hard for me to care a lot of the times, but it's also just, you make YouTube videos. Jesus. Um Blah, 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 blah. I'm getting distracted with this build. Thatch is also messaging me stupid nonsense right now, so I'm trying to like keep up with it. Has anybody tried 3-in-1 alternate builds? Yes, I love that. In fact, freaking also it's a wait till part 3. It'll be like a movie. Yeah, we're gonna be putting it all in one thing anyway. So if you want to wait for all 3 parts to be out, just wait for all 3 parts. Just wait for that movie to come out. Might as well. I don't think there might be a few added stuff in the movie though. Maybe we'll see. I'm not so sure yet. It's a little too early to tell. Ugh. 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 All right. I think the few scenes were paced to 10 weirdly, but I enjoyed it. It was a very unique vibe, and the sets and lighting were especially neat. Very hyped for 3. Yeah, ultimately, you gotta make the vids you want. It's our channels. We need to do what we want on them. We're not obligated to do anything for anyone per se. That is very well said. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Damn it. I just wrote out a whole thing, like, and it didn't even. I just wrote out literally a whole sentence. You ask Ben the plan is doing. Dude, I don't even think he freaking remembers. If I ask him that, he's probably gonna be like, "What schizophrenia are you on right now?" That's funny. I should bring that up. He's probably watching. Well, I know he's not watching, but I half the time I think he's watching because he's like, "Oh, Renzo's gonna say something stupid, or isn't he?" And so he's just kind of tracking. He doesn't really care though. This is what I'm building, by the way. I haven't done a progress shot in a while. It's a little shop. I think this is Chen's Noodle House. I'm pretty sure it's Chen's Noodle House. I'm pretty sure. There was another question that you asked. Hold on. I'm trying to look for it. Oh, it was Lorenzo's mom thing. I want to talk about that. But yes, there will be a Rocket Royale movie. It's literally just all 3 episodes combined. There might be there may be a couple added scenes, but it won't be any it won't be girlfriend, not mom, sorry. There is a concept that I'm not sure I can talk about. It won't be too long. Rocket Royale isn't actually that long. Part 3, this is the people are probably expecting part 3 to be like 3 hours long. Died of space AIDS. Like freaking Maria. No. No, dude, you reminded me. You woke a freaking memory within me. Okay, so we got a couple things to talk about here. Yeah, so that Rocket Royale movie, there may be a couple added things. Don't expect it's a little too early to even for me to even honestly be talking about it, just because it's so like in the distance. So it might not even happen, but we're planning on it. So if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen, but it should happen. Space. I do love space aids. I think that's great. No, Renzo's mom died during childbirth. It's very blatant way. That's just because I couldn't write a girl character. I was like, she was never like mentioned. Renzo never talked about his mom, and that was kind of the main thing. It was like, okay, what am I gonna do for this character that Renzo's never talked about? Like, what is her? In fact, when I started working on Renzo, I don't even think the idea of his mom ever even came to mind. I never even thought about the fact that he even had a mom, which is insane because that seems like such like a basic like first thing that you should think about. But girlfriend, Renzo's girlfriend. There is a thing I can't really talk about yet because I'm not sure if um what happened with South Park. Did Eric Cartman have a dad and then he got or like wasn't just planned to have a dad and then he just killed him off screen or something? That sounds very funny. That's very specific. I don't know a thing about South Park. Don't know nothing about South Park. Except actually that's not true. I watched the, movie when I was young, and I thought it was the funniest thing ever. I literally thought it was, like, the greatest movie ever at a certain point. Um, erm. Zanzo made a clone of himself, and that clone is Renzo. It's so stupid. I want to hear your guys' freaking Zonzo theories really bad. I want to make a video called Zonzo theories really badly before he shows up again in Renzo, because that's such a interesting thing that I never thought about before. Like I really want to know what people think, because yeah, I don't know. I'm really curious about like what fan perception is a lot of the time. Like I'm really not so much fan, but like viewer perception. Like I want to know what people think is going on behind my little teeny ant-sized brain, calling all the shots. I actually am planning on making like a Renzo video for people who don't know anything about Renzo. Like, or not Renzo, sorry. A Biorama video, like a recap Biorama video. But it's done very like comedically in the style of something like it's very purposefully like done in the I just realized I missed a whole freaking step here. Where I was supposed to put like texture blocks on here. It's done very much in a style where I'm like sitting like there's like I have like a big board or something, and I'm like, all right, this is here and this happened, and then this I'm making fun of it the entire time because Biorama is stupid. Biorama is so dumb. But you can't blame me. I literally made it when I was like 15 or something. Like I was so young, inexperienced, not good enough to make a series when you're that young. At least, well, you're fine. He had a dad in the first cut of the pilot. They needed to cut the scenes, so they dodged doing anything that would confirm his dad's alive for the rest of season one until they confirmed it later. That's interesting. That's very interesting. It's weird that they would yeah, that's what I always say. I can't wholeheartedly hate Biorama because it is really so ingrained in like the past of the channel and stuff like that. But it is very funny to think about. It just makes me it makes me lol very hard. Just even thinking about it, because it's just wacky, man. It's so wacky. It's freaking wacky, dude. It's freaking wacky. I'm repeating myself because it's funny when I repeat myself. Right? No. Oh, oh. I do like this music. It's very. I no issues I ever follow like an issue I fall upon like Willing Furno is that they got to make their videos and they're making them 10. Yeah, exactly. So I I'm also now getting to that point too, which is with old Biorama, because now it's like, well, do you continue it? Um, Renzo, I do. It's complicated. It's really weird actually, because Renzo, if you go back and watch the first episode, it's kind of cringe. It's pretty cringe. It's because it's very like it's very inexperienced. It was right. It was literally right off the heels of like season 2 of Biorama, I'm pretty sure. So it was still that era where I didn't really know what I was doing. I was still filming like off an iPad. It was not the early days of Renzo are dark. I like a lot of the episode ideas, and I think there are gags that I think hold up decently. Like I think some of the plots and stuff are fine, but not really. It's not like it's not like actually like good. It's hard to defend it in any way, shape, or form. I can't wholeheartedly say that it was like terrible, that it's like terrible, but it's hard for me to go back and watch it and like take it seriously. But those events are still canon. Like nothing in my mind changes the canon of those events. You know, I'm not going to go back and be like, none of that is canon because it obviously happened. It's still part of the history. The only thing I've thought about it, I have thought about actually remaking that first episode in like a very the way I would do it would I would have to I'd make it twice as long. I mean, like Tech literally has an internet troll as one of his main villains. That is really interesting. I don't know anything about Tectonic. All I know is that he was such a sweetheart because I was talking about how I thought he hated me for a long time, and I was like, this guy hates me. And then he commented on the stream, "I don't hate you," or no, he said I don't dislike you, my guy. And I like my face like beamed up. I was so happy. I don't think I ever even responded to the comments, which is kind of a dick move on my part. But I remember reading that and being like, that is so sweet of him. So thank you, Tectonic. I greatly appreciate it. I'm glad we squashed the beef, if there even was beef. And I did watch William Furno for quite a few years. That's another thing. I've said this on stream so many times. It's probably getting old. I've never disliked William Furno Studios. I've never hated him. I just so happened to be a little bit like grumpy one day. And I remember one day I was just like, I woke up with evil energy and I was just like, come on, man. Come on. Your ego or something like it was something dumb like that. And I remember just like I regret making that comment. So I because basically he was posting about his movie a lot and you know, good for him. I'm glad it's it well, yeah, Kasai, you're an aggressor. That's the thing. I I don't like fight people very often. I'm not a fighter, you know. I really don't. I tend to worm my way out of these situations because I don't like fighting people. Um, I was him, not now, bugger. Yeah, I just spat on the screen in case anyone missed that. I popped a loogie. Yeah, it's not worth it because what are we? At the end of the day, we're like we're toy YouTubers. You know, we play with toys. And like it's not worth getting all salty about it. Some people are just, you know, some people are built that way. Some people just like that kind of stuff. I personally don't get the enjoyment and like going out of your way to like harass someone. I don't it's not yeah, fair enough. You know, I'm never going to make like a video. Yeah, it's too stressful. I agree. At that point you're literally just like I don't know, you're like fighting and it's not you're just fighting constantly. You're in a state of constant like aggression. The thing is, the people I used to talk to had a lot of beef with people, some for good reasons, but mostly for petty. And to be fair, these are decently young people too. So it's easier to be hostile when you're younger because you have so much like I don't know, you have more fire or something. You mellow out a lot when you age. I noticed I used to be a lot more like there was a period in time where I was totally like I'm pretty good at what I do. I'm pretty good. And then I you know, you take a second and you're like, wow, that's a little egotistical of me to say. You kind of, you know, some people don't ever get that like a really good this is going to sound really outdated but a good example of this is someone like Logan Paul or Jake Paul. Those two are very good examples of those. Those clearly they had this fed ego, and if you feed the ego, you know, if you feed that ego even slightly at a young age, you're going to be influenced and you're going to think you're like crazy. You know, I know it's really weird to bring up Logan and Jake Paul, especially in the year 2021. That was like 2017 nonsense, but I felt like I only mentioned that because I've been watching a lot of like old H3 videos. That's like the only reason why I mentioned them, because that was that era especially, but they still do dumb stuff now. So they're a little less hot headed, just a little bit less, not by much. Or maybe this is a museum. This might be a museum, not a noodle shop. No, it has to be a noodle shop. Oh well. Okay. This is a very informative discussion I feel like I'm having. So I want to thank everyone for taking part in this and not, going through the throat. Because I have had sometimes, I don't know, sometimes I feel like I'm just in a weird position where I don't really know like what to do. Hmm. I apologize. I want silence. I'm trying to think. 29. Oh, it's like a rug. Well, it's not on this page, is it? No, it's on the next one. Oh. Blah, blah, blah. You're very fun to interact with on these streams. Thank you. I'm glad I'm not an evil enemy. I don't. I feel like at times I come across as a very dumb person. You know what you smell? Well, that's the start of the drama. Like I do oftentimes feel like I what was I saying? There are times where I often feel like I come across as very unintelligent, where I want to have an intelligent discussion, but my brain is not like there. So I try to start it, and then my brain will get off topic, and I'll start talking about other things. It'll be a whole mess. But I feel like when we're writing comments and I'm responding to them like this, um, I've at least learned recently that those people who had major problems with authority didn't have an issue with me, so that's one less mental tap. Well, yeah. I mean, I mean, you were lucky. I mean, I don't want to I don't want to say this in a mean way, but like because you didn't make videos and because you didn't like make like a series, there wasn't really much of a reason to have you know, smelly on stream. Yeah, it is mean. I mean, there wasn't much reason for anyone to dislike you. You're just a voice actor, really. Or you were just a voice actor. You definitely did more, but like in general, people don't have much reason to attack you. It's good to see you on the stream though, Yuri. So sent me a bunch of photos. Dude, I think I've seen these ones. There are new. Oh, these are freaking weird. Kasai sent me a bunch of bootlegs. These are interesting. One is like Bruiser mixed with Frost Beast. Oh, he's so weird looking. He's got a cannon arm. He's got a freaking white runk head. He's got a what looks to be a trans blue shadow trap piece. That's kind of sick. But you'd have to buy two of these sets to even make it work. The second one looks like the upgrade suit. Eh, and this other one is like a weird purple Iron Man. It's just called Pepper. It's supposed to be Rescue, but it doesn't look anything like Rescue. I wish I could show you guys what I'm talking about. These are very interesting. Thank you for sending those, Kasai. Glorified cheerleader. You want to guest for an hour? No. No. I think I'm good on the guest. I know. I'm sorry if you want to talk. I'm enjoying this just casual talk. I'm sorry, Kasai. I know. I don't know. I'm just having a good time right now, and not like if saying adding you would be a good time. We just hit the hour mark. Um, Not saying like having you on here would be a bad time or anything, but I'm just enjoying talking to myself. I tend to get a little like ape minded when I talk to people. Denies Kasai on stream. These are some great alternate stream titles. I do like the idea of making these streams have really clickbaity titles after the fact. Um like tyrannical calls. That's so mean. I don't, can I say that? God, stop. All right. A lot going on here. Kasai, I'm sorry. The hatred goes deep. The hatred goes deeper than I was expecting. No. No. Ugh. Bet Renzo isn't even your real name. You got me. It's Harold. I haven't been Renzo in years. I've been Harold for the longest time. God damn, what the hell? There we go. I had this one piece that wasn't going in for a very. I think I mentioned this, but I have a free day coming up rewatching Renzo and documenting every frick. You don't have to do that. I think I asked you that as like a joke. You actually don't have to do that. It's gonna take so much time out of your um that's like if you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it. I'm not gonna force that upon you. That sounds so mean. That was probably something I asked you in like vain. I don't feel like that's a good idea. Fullest when I feel like it. I mean, if you want to, go right ahead, but you're definitely not gonna have a good time. Yeah, we'll see. Old Biorama in 2 times speed. I tried watching Biorama in 2 times speed and I couldn't. Yeah, because even if you're doing that, it's still slow. No, that's it. Why did you watch it fast? Were you trying to watch it like were you trying to like watch it and like I'm trying to get why were you watching it fast? Is there context behind that? No, he's not joining. I'm just there's just talking. There's talks going on. It's mean. Can you rewatch the first Red Rock show in 2 times speed? Don't tell Will. I just wanted to get through it. I Okay. I know I mentioned I didn't want to start drama, but I have some thoughts. I had some thoughts about that. That was one of his older videos too. I remember watching that movie, and he was younger. I'm not putting anything. I'm not blaming him for anything here. I remember watching that movie and just being so like my brain was melting. It was melting. I liked Rebellion too, from what I remember. I remember I made a cheeky comment on it when I was all like cool and edgy, where I was like, "Wait, I don't feel like this anymore." That was a little mean. I liked the fact that he used locations a lot in that movie. That's what I liked about it. Is he went to a whole bunch of different places, um, to film a bunch of things, and I thought that was pretty cool. Shut up, guys. Stop. I need you on your friends because oh, I'm trying to I'm getting distracted because these guys are sending messages and I'm getting confused. My brain ain't working so good right now. But this is some saxophone I was not expecting for a crazy sax solo right now. Holy moly. No, I remember I really liked the locations in Rebellion. I really liked how he just went to a bunch of different places to film that video. It's great. It's great to look at, and the camera quality is fantastic too. It looks so nice. I don't remember much of like the actual plot, but it was a very enjoyable time. I remember. I definitely I know there was a period of time where I was like, this movie sucks, but I can't, you can see how much fun he was having making it. There's a lot of fun style to it, and I can appreciate that. No beef. I don't want to start the beef. I don't like beef, my friends. To be honest, I've said things that could have gotten me canceled a long time ago on these streams. Just like not even having to do anything with the community. Just in general, I've said some pretty horrible stuff out of context. But that's just But this is gonna be the thing that undoes me. Oh. Renzo just likes apples on stream. I actually love apples. So you know what? That's not something I you know what? We're fine. I like apples. Sue me, I like apples. The Broadway bras. Did I say that at some point? Probably. Is that what I said on the last stream? I'm sorry, guys. Not the last stream, but one of the last streams. Broadway broads. Oh, I got the sniffles. I've had the sniffles all week. I might be sick. I don't know. I have been sick, but it hasn't been getting worse. So I don't know. Am I actually sick? I have no idea. Do I have Corvid? Probably not. I hope not. That would suck. Because I don't feel like I've been getting worse. I feel like I've been getting better, but I've been progressively staying like the same throughout most of the week. So that's why I've been confused. So I don't know. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. I actually said it and you read it because you're doing a bit with that voice. I actually said it. Oh. The Broadway broads. That is my favorite voice to do, is like sleazy, greasy Italian or sleazy, greasy mobster. That's my favorite voice to do. It's time for the Broadway broads. It's just a great voice to do. It's great for vocal practices because you just get to do some funny. You get to really lay into it. Even if I'm not good at it, all right, it's still fun. It's a good time. Actually, I've been doing a lot of vocal recording sessions like that. Oh, just make this your new voice. That's a great idea. Hey everyone, it's Renzoli in here. Break Fair in the future. Maybe next year. Maybe. No promises. No, I keep spitting on my freaking mic. It's so gross. Can someone edit this stream and count out how many times, if you can see it on the actual stream, how many times I've spat on the freaking it's been way too many times. And I'm sorry, I can't help it. I don't have enough freaking water. Ugh, I haven't drank enough water. I would like to do 1 year, hopefully something like next year. The problem is, honestly, The main reason why I wanted to go to Brick Fair was just to see my friends and like like just to see my friends. And I guess it depends on it depends on if they're going. If they go, great, but if they don't go, then I probably won't go. If no one's going, then I probably won't go. Which it's unfortunate, but just how I am nowadays. Yeah, he doesn't really have much of a reason to go anymore. But if he does, I mean, which worked. I drove around Minnesota meeting people. Honestly, I wish I could be at Brick Fair, but my parents would probably say no. That's why you got to get rid of your parents. Bye, mom and dad. You won't let me go to Brick Fair. See you later. That's so evil. No, I wonder because Noretta went to Brick Fair. I actually wonder, like, I haven't seen her entire video. I kind of skimmed through it because it came out while we were at the airport waiting to go on the plane. So I didn't get a chance to watch it all, but it seemed like it was very interesting this year. I'm not sure. I gotta ask her how it was when I talk to her next. I don't know when that will be. I don't talk to Noretta as frequently as I would want to, but yeah, that's interesting, man. That is that. I don't know how it was. Come on. Oh, this is. I guess I should show you guys where we're at. We've made some progress. It's looking pretty all right. It's really hot down here for some reason. I'm sweating my balls off for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know why it's so damn hot. Stop, Kasai. He's gonna say, yep, uh-huh. There was a question that I've been ignoring this entire time, and it had something to do with Renzo's mom, and I'm so sorry for not answering it because I keep forgetting. I had a crazy thought to go one once. If I got Miri cosplay done, that failed. Very awkward Brick Fair. It was very awkward at that Brick Fair. Kasai's just sending me notification stuff. No, I all I remember is that you were like chilling out with Thatch and like the others. And that's all I remember. I don't remember anything else. But I did think it was interesting that you were just like chilling like a villain. It didn't seem too bad. They didn't really complain or anything. You seemed like a very genuine because I don't. You seem like a very seem like a very genuinely nice guy. So I don't think there's any no beefs. Mm. Um, what was I gonna say? Um, 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 um. Right. So Renzo's mom. Freaking gotta answer this question. Not Renzo's mom. I always say Renzo's mom by default. I have beef with you, Kasai, because you're a freaking warlord. I'm gonna scroll literally all the way up and find this freaking question again. um, I gotta answer this. Here we go. Now, here's a very obscure thing that I'm curious about. Remember, this was asked so long ago. I remember on the Insta stream you said you scrapped the idea of Renzo having a love interest. Any details you get? It sounded neat. Yeah. So Renzo probably would have had like not a girlfriend or anything, but he definitely would have had like there would have been more girl characters if I was like confident at that time, if I knew like people that I could talk to. But when I started Renzo, I don't think I knew any like girls at the time even. I knew like Miri, but even asking her to be in videos was out of the question at the time for me. Like in my head, I was like, I can't do that. For some reason, I don't know why. For some reason, it was just like against, like, I was like, I can't do that. Um, but it's really weird because I feel like, and then, I don't like showing what I look like to people. That's completely fair, dude. I get that 100%. I had my I had my reservations. I've been, I've just I when I was a voice trained as a girlfriend. That's a good idea. No, when I was I guess it depends with how comfortable you are on camera. Some people are way more comfortable on camera than others. I'm a little awkward. I don't look at camera. I don't like look into the camera a lot. It's kind of hard for me to do that. I kind of get a little distracted. But I do like the camera. I really do. Um okay. Anyways, yeah, Renzo was gonna have a girlfriend at some point. Um, it was basically just her character wasn't anything like crazy. It was basically just I think it was a girl on Langeria. It was like his neighbor or something, and they were like it was implied that she like liked him or something. It was something very simple. It was very simple, and it wasn't really much of a concept that really went very far. It was going to be a thing. I just decided not to make it a thing. It was a little cringy. Plus, I don't at the time I did not know how to write girl characters whatsoever. I had no literal idea how to go about doing that. And nowadays I learned very easily that girl characters aren't like this mystical thing that you have to like learn how to write. You just write characters. That's one thing. You'll notice this is something about the I felt sparks. We had a moment. That is something you'll notice about the Bionicle community without starting beef. Um uh they are a little there was a lot of like awkward people in terms of like getting girls to voice act in video unless you had like a sister or something. It's not something you see very often. Luckily, we had friends, and that just kind of worked out because you wouldn't get characters like freaking Ghosty or Miri or any of these if that didn't work out. But at the time, just the concept of a girl character even being in Renzo was something. Casting call clubs, a lifesaver. Is Casting Call Club that website? Tell that to Hollywood. No, it's hard, dude. Hollywood doesn't get it. Yeah, you just write a normal person. You don't have to make them. This is what I don't get. All right, girls are girls, right? Obviously, they're like made differently from us. This is gonna get political. No, it's not. But like characters are just like it's not hard, I'm still not very good. Like there aren't very many female characters in Renzo to this date. I don't think there's a single like main female character in Renzo yet because I plan to introduce more because I have more characters planned that I want to use. But that's why Renzo season 1 Bilby's worker. That's a very obscure character. That's the thing is like the only female characters that are like in Renzo are like freaking like just people who like are working, just workers, and that's so boring, you know. It also because was I didn't know how to build like a female mock at first, and I remember stressing a lot like what do I do, what do I do. I've definitely toned down a lot on that. Like nowadays when I'm building a female mock, I really just focus on the silhouette of the character. I tend to make the girls a little bit smaller and less muscly and like less armor and stuff like that. Um, because if you use too much, it's gonna look bloated and kind of weird. It doesn't look right. It does not look right. You don't want to make them too like curvaceous. It's really cringy. You can tell when people do that. It's like that's really awkward and weird. It comes across as very this is why I want to do comic series skips getting voice actors. Yeah, fair enough. I can understand that to some degree, you know. Hold on, I got two Skypes. Oh, it's just Kasai. All right. Exaggerated. Personally really exaggerated monocle marks always makes me feel. Yeah, it feels very yeah, it it feels very like closeted and kind of like I've talked about this to death, but it feels very very I'm gonna quit. I'm going to be pursuing professional voice work. That is my dream job. Kasai, you can do good voices. I mean, Kasai, you can do great stuff. I think you really just gotta do like you're really good at doing like straight man serious voice, which I know is sad, but like you can do some great like silly voices too, which I think you need to do more of. Like I honestly, Kasai, more than anything, more than anything, I can see you and frickin' Otto being in like anime voice like at least starting off as like anime voice actors, which I know probably sounds really mean and kind of like cringe, like kind of rude, but that's not bad. That means you're a voice actor, you know? That's how a lot of voice actors get started. So I'm sure Kasai's gonna take that the wrong way. I definitely work in anime. I'm cool with that. I can see you being on a freaking dub team or something. That's how freaking Tomar got started from Oni Plays. I think. Well, he's still a voice actor, but he's in some great stuff. Sorry, no one knows what I'm freaking talking about. I went to my Oni Plays rants where I love talking about Oni Plays because it's my favorite. They're my favorite YouTubers. I would like to be a voice actor, but I think I'm too like I've thought about it before, but it's just I'm not good. I'm really impatient when it comes to generic anime protagonists. You could do it. You just I could totally see you being like Renji Miyamoto from the new anime. I don't know. You know what I'm talking about. I see good things in your future, kid. Getting to My Hero right now. I'll tell you right now. I got to season 2, I think. It might not have even been season 2. I might have been season 2. I'm not sure. I watched all of I'm pretty sure it's the first season. I thought it was pretty all right. I actually really like a lot of the designs in that show. Not so much the female characters, but whatever. I like a lot of the actual like main character designs. I'm kind of bad at story voice acting and storytelling. I'm not a very good voice actor. I think I can barely get. I think I'm better with goofier voices, but that's about it. I think that's where that's where my professionalism draws the line. You know, I think I'm better with like if you want me to do like a goofy ass voice, I can do that. But if you cast me as like a serious character, I'm like, oh god, why? That's why back when we were doing COD, freaking Kasai would always cast me as like really normal people. And I was always like, why do you gotta cast me as like generic white dude, like generic guy? It always felt wrong to me. Because I don't have that much range when it comes to like doing normal voices. It's really cringy. You can find it on YouTube. I publicly auditioned for freaking Prydac in Bionicle Ignition 2. Mm. I don't know if this is good or bad, but I can definitely recognize it when you're voicing someone who's not Renzo Lol. What, you mean like any other character when it's me? Yeah. I'm better at doing goofier, way over the top voices. I don't get to do it that much except for Renzo. But you still get to hear, you still immediately when I pop up in Renzo as a goofy voice, you're like, yeah, it's Renzo. Of course it is. I'm happy with my I'm happy with what I can do with like the mobster voices and stuff like that. But in terms of just regular stuff, it's pretty basic. It's pretty basic, and I feel a bit bad about it. But I'm gonna work on it because practice makes perfect. There's a lot of like professional things you have to do in actual professional voice acting too. It's not as simple as just I'm gonna do voice acting. You really do got to learn like a bunch of different techniques and stuff. My voice is getting sick like right now talking neutrally. You know what's crazy? Despite this stream feeling like it's been going on for the last 4 hours, it's only been going on for an hour and 40 minutes, which is that's pretty crazy actually. I'm shocked. But I'm having a very good time. This is what I would consider to be a good stream night. Ooh, this is a good song. Some people just have that kind of voice. Some people have very like easy, like generic, like that's why I casted Kasai as like generic voice guy because he, no offense, Kasai, but you do have a very like normal guy voice. When I talk, I don't really have like a normal guy voice. Like I'm pretty my voice is kind of weird. All right. Well, thank you very much for hopping on. It was a pleasure speaking to you. It was a pleasure. I had a great time. I know you like doing funny voices, but you got to understand is like I don't, my brain just goes, oh, Kasai just does the normal guy voice because it's easy. Because you were always because Thatch doesn't really have like that super normal voice. At least he didn't at the time. He definitely can do it now, but you wouldn't want to cast Thatch as a freaking normal speaking guy. And Okoto also had a much higher pitched voice, so it wasn't back then. It was definitely not a matter of. You had like the most not basiest, but you had like the most like standard voice out of all of us, which I think helped for voice acting specifically. Whenever we were like, oh man, you could do like that's why I casted you as Lennox because it was like you could just rock that normal guy voice, which is what I wanted you to sound like a thug. I am calling you basic. Oh no, I freaking broke the wall. Damn it. I pushed in the side of the wall here when I was putting on that red tile piece there, and I just like top popped off. You couldn't get Rangus to do generic guy voice because he had a thick ass accent. Because your voice is bassier than all of us. It's the most like this, but it's much deeper than this, like this is me doing like a normal voice and it's not deep enough, because I can go even deeper, which is crazy. Thatch having more well-known series also means his voice stands out more. Not necessarily. We were never worried about that. The main reason why we never really casted him is because his voice at the time, we remember thinking, oh, your voice is basically just Camilleo's voice, which is not true at all, but that's what we thought at the time. Now Thatch and Camilio are very, very different in terms of how they do their line. Camilio is very upbeat, whereas Thatch is a lot more like, hey guys, Thatch Mac here. Well, he's a little bit more, he does have like a little bit of an accent, which is something that I love about Thatch's voice, is he has a very slight Minnesotan accent. Which is great. I like his accent. I think it's fun. It's not very pronounced, but he does have one, especially when he says something like milk. If you ever hear Thatch say milk, it's the best. He'd probably get mad if he knew I was saying this about him. He'd probably be like, no, he doesn't say milk. He says malk with an A. He goes, Ma, you want to go get some milk? That's what he says. Oh. Oh, I put that way too high. Milk. I think this is Chen's noodle house. It doesn't look like a noodle house. There isn't really much inside. Oh, kind of. I can see it a little bit more now. Half an hour left for me. Why did you set it so frickin' far apart, Kasai? That's my question. Or is it just something that you guys have been... I do say sorry. I say sorry a lot. It's the Canadian way. When you're Canadian, you just say sorry. That's the gag. The freaking stream or the D&D sesh, or was it just planned and you're like, all right, I got time to kill? I didn't fund Galactus. Probably not big news for anyone. It was actually, I want people to know that video isn't just, if you don't know what I'm talking about the Galactus video. That video was not done like as a way to just be like, that's what time they chose. I didn't have a say. Okay, yeah, I figured. That Galactus video is obviously a bit of a skit, but that was genuinely what I was considering for a very long time. I was like, do I back Galactus? Do I actually do this? Because here's my mindset. I would totally, if I knew anything about him, if he had been in the MCU or something at this point, or if he had even been teased in the MCU, I probably would have hopped on it. Because first and foremost, I'm an MCU guy. I don't read comics, which is weird because I collect so many comic figures. It's insane how many comic figures I collect. But I really only collect the figures that I think look cool nowadays. In fact, I'm thinking about like collecting because I'm buying so many figures. And honestly, at this point, it's way less about do I want to keep collecting figures. It's more about like what figures do I actually want? You know, which ones are things that I think I want, you know? It's mostly now I'm trying to consider, I think it's mostly figures that just look cool. I don't want to collect entire waves. That's something that unless I absolutely need to, unless it's a dope ass Build-A-Figure, then I've decided, you know, I don't need to do it. I don't need it. Okay, I have to build 6 of freaking, I'll show you what I have to build. It's kind of annoying. I have to build freaking 6 of these. That's is kind of annoying. It's not too bad. It's gonna look freaking banger. I never got to answer the girlfriend question, really. Oh, I kind of did. Oh well, wasn't too bad. So as I have the next 2, yeah, the D&D head guy usually picks the time. Oh, okay. I want to play Cards Against Humanity again really badly. It's been a long time since I played Cards Against Humanity. I love playing Cards Against Humanity. I would stream it, but it's a little naughty for YouTube. I'm trying to. Oh, I might do it on the gaming channel. That's actually a good idea. I think I'm gonna stream Cards Against Humanity on the gaming channel. That would be fun. If anyone's down for that, come check out the gaming channel. Because Jackson and I are still playing It Takes Two, and we're having a great time. That game is, dude, that game blew me away last night. If you've played It Takes Two, you know what I'm talking about, but I'm guessing no one here has played It Takes Two since it's relatively, like, I don't really hear anyone talking about it. But that game did something freaking banger last night. So we were playing, and one of the basically that you get like a gimmick thing in that game. Every level there's like a gimmick power that you get, and so every level is different because you get a brand new power. But your movement in that game is really like solid and fast. You know, you move around a lot while playing that game. You you move around a lot while playing that game. Um, so you get like gimmick powers. Like sometimes you'll have a hammer and the other. It's a co-op game, so you'll have a hammer or you'll have and then your partner will have a nail. And you'll have to kind of work together. It's a puzzle game, platformer. So you just kind of got to go crazy, you know. And it's really cool. It's so cool. They're so creative. But last night we got to this level where we're in a castle and you get freaking a knight armor and a wizard like gown, and you get powers. And the best part about it is that the game style completely changes to like a dungeon crawler MMO. And I remember like seeing that and losing my mind. It's a completely different game system that comes completely out of nowhere, but it is just awesome. Whoever came up with the idea for that game and like that level specifically, because the game style, I've never really played an MMO before. It's not really, even playing that bit in the game, I was like, this isn't really for me. Like, I would not be able to play that game style very seriously. But it was just so cool to play that type of game. It was so neat, dude. So neat. All right, now we're building the minifigure, which is a freaking little Chen. It's a little Chen here, but we have to build him backwards. A little Chen noodle. It's kind of a cool idea. Ow. God, I'm losing my mind here. I think we're almost done. I'm thinking only one bag today, which I know is not very much progress. Normally I try to do 2 bags a day, but we had a pretty healthy stream. So I think I'm going to call it after this. I know it seems lame. I apologize. I also just don't have the energy to keep building. One of these days, I'll be able to build longer than an hour. Check this out. This little noodle man. And the next build is literally just a base anyways, so it's not very exciting. All right. Start of the stream, you said 3. Now you say 1? Ow. Well, it was one bag all under. It was one number 12. It was the number 12 bags, but it was all under. Like, it was 3 bags, but it was all under number 12. There's a little man that we just built. This is a little Chen's Noodle Shop. It's a nice little shop. It's not my favorite thing in the world, but it looks cool. We're going to attach it, and I'll show you guys the money shot. And then I think we'll call her. Fun fact, I only plan for like 7 streams at the most, but this is definitely looking to be like 10 plus streams, which is crazy. I was expecting to get this done in like 3 days, honestly. I thought I'd be able to bang this out. I think if I was doing this in my spare time, I probably would. But because I'm kind of doing this, you know, because I'm kind of doing this like on stream and kind of like having to build. All right, there we go. All right. Money, it's getting real heavy now. It's getting a little too heavy. A little too inconveniently heavy for me to start keep picking it up, but I will try my best. Okay. It's really starting to shape up though. You can see the shape. It's starting to take shape. It's starting to look real nice. It's going to all come together and it's going to keep getting taller. And instead of picking it up like I keep doing, I'll definitely have to start. I'll definitely have to start like just sliding it into the stream. When's your next day off? I'm off tomorrow and Monday. Right? Not too bad. All right, folks, that's going to call her. Thank you for joining the stream. If you want to see more and if you want to hop on the next stream, I guess do a stream tomorrow and I'll join. We'll see. I might not stream tomorrow. We'll see. You know, I'm taking it light and breezy. But if thou dost permit it. We'll see. I also got some cool stuff I want to show you guys before I leave, because I know I haven't talked about this with anyone really. I posted it a bit on a chat, on a couple chats, but that's about it. I want to show these because I've been very excited for these. Whew. So the Alberta vlog is coming soon. Maybe this weekend. We'll see. I say weekend, but I say weekend, but I mean, I only say weekend because I'm off on these next 2 days, so I call it my weekend because it's my week. I just did my work week. But the Alberta vlog is coming soon. Hopefully, one can dream that it's coming soon enough. I really am. I think I'm like halfway through the video, so we're making good time. But while I was there, I was looking for the Infinity Saga stuff, the Marvel Legends. Couldn't find a damn thing. Not one damn thing while I was there. Nothing even Infinity Saga. But the moment I get back, and literally, I think it was either the first or the second day. I'm pretty sure it was the first day. The first day I got back to shopping, I got this big boy. He is so impressive, man. It such a weird. He's just an upscaled Marvel Legends. It's so bizarre. He's very like ratchety too. I will say these are a little weak. They're not very strong, unfortunately. So I'm not going to be able to get him into crazy poses or anything. And his articulation is pretty limited, but he's a big boy. He's quite a big boy. He's a big boy. And I also got the Thanos v Iron Man 2-pack. It's a great 2-pack. Awesome. It comes with so much accessories. It is so sick. These are the figures I wanted the most, and I have them. The only figure I honestly really even want now is probably Thor and the Ironmonger, but that's about it. Thor and Ironmonger, and then maybe the Happy 2-pack. Oh, or no, the 2-pack that's coming out with Rescue and Captain Marvel. I also want that too, even though I already have the Rescue. I might try to sell that Rescue. I'm not sure, just because. I might try to sell that Rescue because I don't know. I feel like this one comes with way more. Anyways, that's enough for today's stream. Thank you all for joining. Had a great time, and I'll see you guys next time.